Good afternoon. Welcome, everyone. And Ms. Oaks, did you have everyone sign in? Yes. Okay, all right. Sorry we didn't have that out there when you came in. But welcome, and we will move into Roman numeral number 2, the minutes you had available online. Is there a motion to approve? Are there any concerns or additions or corrections?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Ms. Salter has moved to approve the minutes as presented. Is there a second?
Second.
Dr. Crosno has seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? All right. Is there any old business to come before the commission? Ms.
Not at
Robb?
this time. Not at this time.
Thank you. Roman numeral number 4, new business, and we have several applications for ratification. 070701 Doyle Bailey, 840 2nd Street. This was a damaged roof. This was a total.
Excuse me, Chairman, we can't pick you up on that.
Oh, well, good. All right. Is that better? Okay, all right, sorry. 070701 Doyle Bailey, 840 2nd Street. This was a damaged roof and was approved administratively. Is there a motion to ratify?
Move to ratify.
Dr. Crosno has moved to ratify. Is there a second?
Second.
Dr. Owens has seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? 070702 230 Pavy Street, Mr. Nettles Brown. This is damaged roof replacement. Yeah, that's 230 Pat, I'm sorry. Roof replacement. This is for ratification. Is there a motion to ratify?
I move to ratify.
Ms. Salter has moved to ratify. Is there a second?
Second.
Dr. Crosno has seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? 070703, Mr. Nettles Brown, 902 3rd Street. Again, damaged roof replacement. We need a motion to ratify.
So move.
Ms. Salter has moved to ratify. Is there a second?
Second.
Dr. Crosno has seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Mr. Nettles Brown, 070704, 911 3rd Street, roof replacement. And again, all of those were approved administratively. Roof replacement. Is there a motion to ratify?
I move to ratify.
Dr. Crosno has moved to ratify. Ms. Salter has seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? 070705 Cynthia Mandaro, 817 4th Street. This is a storage shed. Ms. Rock, will you tell us about that, please?
It's just a general storage shed. It won't be seen from the road. She's placing it in the backyard along her fence line, the same as, what was his name?
Dr. Cordell.
Yeah,
Yes.
Kurt Cordell. They have the little sheds in their yard. It's going to be the same as his. Maybe just a tad, it's red color.
It's my understanding that that's already in place.
It's already in place.
Okay, the lady did come in, and Ms. Rock worked with her. So that is also to ratify 817 4th Street, and it's a storage shed. As she said, it's similar to what Mr. Cordell had, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Is there a motion to ratify?
So moved.
Dr. Owens has moved to ratify. Is there
I'll
a
second.
second? Ms. Salter has seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay, thank you. 070706, Dr. Rachel Dean, 216 University Parkway. This is a contributing structure in the district, and this is for signage. Would you go up to the microphone, up to the podium? Would you? And you may want to start with the temporary sign, what your
Okay.
intentions are as far as the rest of it.
Okay, so basically, I just had a temporary sign for the frame that's already existing at the house,
And that's in your packets.
just a printout of it. And this should hopefully only be there for about 6 months. I'm hoping by year end we'll be in this building permanently. but I just wanted to have something to show my patients that that was going to be our new location.
What about what you brought in? Do
With
you
the
have
paint?
that, Ms. Salter?
I went ahead, I had submitted that application months ago, and for the paint colors of the building, and I just had them, excuse me, I just had the sample painted on this week.
But
So
she's
I
on
brought a
this
picture of what our paint colors will be on the building.
Just the sign?
Yeah, this is your application just for the signage?
This one is, I submitted the other one for the paint colors, I don't even remember how many months ago it was, the original application, and then I was instructed to paint a sample up, so I have not submitted another application for the paint colors.
All right, so this is strictly for and we'll put these in
Just
the
for a
file.
point of information.
Okay,
And the colors that you'll use on the sign, the temporary sign?
yes, ma'am, they're the gray and the peach color, which are,
As shown here?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, great.
And then the navy blue is just a complementary color.
And it's hard to tell. At first, I thought it was black, but it's navy.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Any questions? Ms. Salter, do you mind working with Dr. Dean on
Sure.
that as you progress? And then you'll know when you need to come back and what's.
Yes, ma'am.
Since you're doing this in stages, so.
Absolutely. And I'd appreciate any advice, like you mentioned, for the permanent signage, you know, how it
Yeah,
could
we'll
best
get-
be
yeah.
viewed and
Okay.
fading.
I'll make a motion then to approve the sign, temporary sign.
Okay.
I second it.
Ms. Salter has moved to approve the temporary sign. Dr. Crosno has seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? All right, thank
Thanks.
you. Thank you, Dr. Dean. 070707, Todd Working, 917 Washington. This is also a contributing structure in the district, and do you want to come up to the, or would you please come up to the microphone? You have a lot of work to do, don't you?
Yeah.
All three of these houses.
Yeah.
And we're starting with the 917 Washington.
Right, also known as the Violet Hill.
And these are in your packets, Commissioners. Okay.
I have a lot of listed repairs that need to be made. You have pictures of the main house. There's two garages, a big garage, which is newer on the left side of the house, and on the right side of the house is a smaller, older garage that's, I actually own half of it because the property line goes right down the middle of it. So as you can see on the left side, the door.
Are you going to restore both houses?
Well, the neighbor next door has already restored his part, so. But mine's the left side. As you can see, I want to restore the doors and the siding on that.
It's crazy.
Paint it, the colors that it's white, and, which are existing colors. I also want to paint the main house a new color. I don't know if you, it's called Vesper Violet. And that would be also on the larger of the garages. It's that Vesper Violet's on the siding, and the only other color is white on the trim and doors, except for the front door, which is a stained door.
Okay.
And the color sample is included in your packet?
Yes.
It should be the
I don't see
third.
it.
The color, existing
Oh, I
color,
see it
the
now.
existing color is a grayish with a slight violet tint,
Mm-hmm.
which now looks like a faded gray. So I just wanted to add a little bit more color to it, but not too much.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's good.
And then it's gonna have a new roof, which is a little different than what's on there. It's a little bit more, not brown, but more of a.
Gray.
Gray, yeah,
Like a
to go with
gray.
the best violet.
Okay.
Because now it's more of a, it is more of a brown.
It's the what's it called?
Well, is it weathered wood? That's not,
Weatherwood.
okay. On mine, it says something gray, but
Yeah, Oxford gray,
is that what you're using, is Oxford gray?
yes, yes.
Okay. Commissioners, do you have that in your packet? Look
Then
at
there's
the
some other
very
things.
top
At
left.
the very top on the left.
Oh, yeah.
It's
okay.
hard to see.
Uh-huh.
I see it, okay.
Okay.
And then I've taken pictures of the railing that needs to be fixed, not only on the rear of the house, this was due to storm damage, and then the ramp that's on the left side of the house. It all has to be replaced, and it will be, and you can see the existing railing, which will be built back to look like that.
Okay.
Okay.
It's such a beautiful property.
Thank you.
Okay, now you have a picture of the big garage. What's that, Todd?
That is the garage. I'm just gonna have the rotten wood at the bottom. There's some rotten wood replaced to
Oh, okay.
similar siding, painted the same color, and it will have the same roof
Okay.
to match.
Okay.
The only oddball is that little garage on the right, which has a tin roof, and it's all white, so.
It's all right. I'll make a motion to approve.
I second.
Ms. Salter has moved to approve the application as presented. Dr. Crosno has seconded. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay. All right. Mr. Working, let's see, you've got another one also, 070708. This is 422nd Second Street, roof replacement and paint. And again, that's a contributing property in the district.
Yeah, that's the house across from the Methodist Church, also called the Andrew Moore's house.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically gonna be painted the same colors, which is white on white, green door, which is called ripe olive, and green shutters. Now, the shutters on the left side of the house that haven't been painted since I owned the house, they're gonna be painted the green color as well, ripe olive. So it's a simple repaint, and the roof is gonna be the weather.
That's the weathered wood,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then on the carport, it's just the roof and painting?
Yeah, same paint, yeah.
Okay,
I forgot about that.
all right. Make a
Okay.
motion to approve the application.
I
Ms.
second.
Salter has moved to approve the application as presented. Dr. Crosno has seconded. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay. And then Mr. Working at 125 Pine Street, minor repair and paint, and that's the Queen Anne property, correct?
Right, and there's also a small roof to replace.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
There's also a small roof, the house was painted 2 years ago, and on the back, I took a picture of the back porch roof, which is like 7.5 by 22 feet, and it's gonna be re-roofed. And the main house has the, what do you call them, their lifetime asbestos roofing. So this roofing will be weatherwood shingles to sort of match that, but
Okay.
it needs to be re-roofed. And that's the back porch. I also have some major problems with the porch columns. As with almost all porches in Natchitoches, eventually the bottom part's gonna rot. So, in fact, 20 years ago, I did this, I did it before, so this is the second time, on different columns, but they're gonna be cut off at a certain, because you can't replace the porch, the columns, because they're original. They do cut off the bottom as little as they can to get rid of the rot, and then they replace it with treated lumber. And then there's some, because of that, some of the floors rotted. I took one picture, there's only one place, actually, I took a picture of that.
And you're gonna replace that?
You're gonna
On the
replace
front
the
porch?
floor.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's more than one. There's 6 upstairs and 2 downstairs. Some of them are just hanging in the air right now.
are you gonna repaint the front porch?
The front porch was painted 2 years ago, but everything that's fixed is gonna be repainted.
Okay,
And that'll be painted white, the similar colors I had approved 2 years ago.
okay.
tongue and groove flooring, I didn't add the color, but it will be the porch gray.
And again, this property is also contributing, so you have three very distinct properties and important properties in the district.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, by the way, the railings for the front stairway and the back stairway were knocked off in a storm a couple years ago. And I have replacements that match exactly the railings on the front, so those are all gonna be replaced and painted white.
Okay.
And that's it.
Well, that's a whole lot.
Major undertaking. My goodness.
Any questions, Dr. Owens, Dr. Crosno, Ms. Alter? Is there a motion to approve the application?
Application.
Dr. Crosno has moved to approve the application as presented. Is there a second?
Second.
Dr. Owens has seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you and good luck.
Lots of work.
Yeah. Mr. Working, do you have the inventories on your property, from the state?
No.
Ms. Oakes, will you make a note to send those three? Every structure is cataloged in the district. So she'll send you copies of that. That'll be good to have. Oh, sure. Thank you. Okay, 070710, the Bank of Montgomery, 133 Pavy, minor repairs and paint.
Hello,
Hi there.
I'm Lynn Kristoff. I'm here on behalf of BOM, and we own two properties. The first one is 133 Pavy, the yellow house. It's a rental, and we need to do some updates on it. The painting, we need to do, we're going to keep it yellow. We're going to use the same color it is now, and also the trimming, the white trimming.
Mm-hmm.
The railings of each door entrance, the wood is rotten, and we need to replace that as well. And we are also looking at replacing some of the windows for better installation.
And what kind of windows?
It's 300, I have it in y'all's packet, it's 300 series single hung white. There's also three other options on there, Earthwise Picture it's called, and then another 300 series single slider white.
All right, these are wood windows. You're replacing wood with wood, correct?
I don't think those are wood.
What are they?
Do you know?
I don't see the windows.
I don't see windows in mine.
Which windows are to be replaced?
Hold- let me
Front,
see.
side,
I
back?
may have it, I'm sorry, I may have it in my packet.
All the windows?
Are these the original windows in the house?
We moved we purchased the house from Von Dykes, and I think it is the original windows that was in the house.
Yeah, that's what,
When we first renovated it, we left the windows that was in there.
okay, let's see.
Do y'all have-
133 Pavy is a contributing structure circa 1930. It's a one-story frame bungalow with false bevel siding. The building has a hipped roof with an integrated partial width porch supported by round columns. The house was moved to this location in 2005. That was when you all bought, I think you bought it, or he bought it.
He bought it,
Okay.
and he had it as a rental property for a few years, and then we purchased
So it was
it.
moved to that location, did that say?
Mm-hmm. It was it facing 2nd Street, and then it was moved to Pavy? It was sort of shifted around. I've
Oh,
forgotten
yeah.
exactly.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's right, I
Mhm.
remember now, okay.
Windows are considered very important architectural elements of any restoration. And so if you have the original windows, to replace them, I think would be a mistake.
Okay.
So you want to,
Even if we went with something that was like,
if you went with
that was something that was just similar to what we have in there now? Or are you just saying leaving the original, like, don't mess with it at all?
No, try and come up with something that is as similar as possible to what the original was. And we would hope that you would put in wood windows and not vinyl.
Okay.
And I think that picture,
The windows or a wood look is what, that,
Or
does
wood.
it? Mhm.
that right there is actually for the 855 Second Street. There
Oh.
wasn't anything for Pine. There wasn't one on here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the other property that's owned by the
Right,
bank.
that's the
Yeah,
other one. Mhm.
Yeah. All right, so your application, though, does not include windows. Is that
On
right,
this-
Ms. Wright?
On Pine, on the Pine. It doesn't include the windows, but it does on the 855. Can
On
we-
Second Street?
Yes.
Yes,
I don't
okay.
know how that happened.
So the application, what exactly are you applying for tonight? What is your application?
For the yellow
specifically?
house,
Mhm.
paint and some minor repairs on the stairs and the railing at each entrance.
Okay. Do you want to come back?
Yes, ma'am, if that's what we need to do, I would.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
'cause
we'll
we-
work with you on that.
Yeah. Okay.
Ms. Oaks, did you find what?
Thank you.
Oh, okay, good. All right, commissioners, are we all on the same page?
So basically, you're not asking for approval to replace the windows on this application.
Correct.
It was supposed to be, but since it wasn't in the packet, I guess, if we need to come back, and redo it, I can, if that's what the rules are.
Okay,
But it was supposed to be in here, that's my fault, I apologize. I can come back.
we'll forgive you.
Okay.
So do you want to hold the application, or do you want to have this part approved that you submitted?
Yes.
The paint and the
The paint
repair.
and-
Yes, we need to go ahead and approve.
So you,
Mhm.
well, I move to approve the application as presented.
Okay. Thank you.
Second.
Okay, Dr. Crosno has moved to approve the application as presented. Dr. Owens has seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay. All righty. Okay, 855 Second Street. That's 070711, minor repairs and paint. Okay?
And this is,
This one also has replaced windows.
That's
So
the
this
one,
doesn't include-
yeah,
okay.
you should have the windows in that packet.
right.
And it's going to be like wood windows, or wood-like windows.
Is,
If-
So they're actually vinyl windows that look like wood. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, there's always been controversy about this window business still. And I see where you have a lot of rot and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, that whole house it looks really bad. What we want to do is replace or put up a better material. It's called smart siding, and we did submit that sample to replace or repair the wood that's around the house.
Do you have that sample?
And will it look like this material that's on the house now, the siding?
Yes, ma'am.
But it's called smart?
Smart siding.
Where is that sample?
Do you have a sample?
Do you have a sample of that?
I submitted it with you, to you guys.
Ms. Oaks, do we have an inventory on that house? Maybe I've overlooked it.
Oh, so this is good.
Okay, so you're only going to replace what's damaged?
No, the whole house. We
Oh, you
want,
wanna-
yes.
You want to redo the whole house in this
Mhm.
smart siding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
All right, I'm just a minute. Okay.
Oh, this looks like clapboard, but it's not, is it?
No, it's not, it looks like it. Have we ever done anywhere we have still the wood on the front?
Only on new construction. Are you talking about, as far as the entire structure?
Right, where if we had the wood on the front, but then use the smart siding down the sides? Do we have any of that?
Not that I recall. Ms. Rock, do you?
No.
Not, and we have allowed substitute siding on some structures that were not contributing, or on, like, new construction, the units that are at the end of Front Street have, Mr. Nowlin, what is it, that siding that's on the new
Hardy board.
construction?
Is it hardy board?
Some's hardy board and some's, yeah, and so we've used it on new construction. We've never used it on a property that is contributing, and this one is contributing to frame bungalow.
What year was this house built? 30s?
Probably so.
Is that 2 apartments, Shannon?
It's a duplex.
Duplex, okay.
Yeah, it has the thickness of
Do you
it.
ha-
I
Can you
wish-
bring us a sample?
She, yeah.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah,
Okay.
she has it in the
Okay.
office. I submitted it.
All right.
And then
You
my
have a-
next question is, haven't we allowed on some houses, now, I don't know if it's, do you get back into contributing or not, to where anything that faces the front of the house is wood windows? And then on the back of the house, we've allowed some vinyl
Mhm.
that looks like wood,
Mm-hmm.
to where we can
We've done
still get
several
the
with
original,
that.
keep that original look
Mhm.
on the front of the house, but work with
This-
the homeowners down the sides and the back.
And this is, the way that this house is situated, doesn't the drive go in, as you're looking east, the gate is right there, correct? The gate is on the right of that. Yeah, yeah. And the parking is on the other side, yeah. So if you're,
You know, I know the cost of wood windows versus the vinyl windows there's quite a bit of difference in the cost.
and we
And-
did recently on a house on, it wasn't on Jefferson, the house that was
Yes, I know which
owned by
one.
the church for a while, okay. That one was done, well, the front was
Mhm.
wood windows, and the rest of the house was
Right,
vinyl.
but it
yeah.
looks like wood,
Mhm.
you know, and I think that's maybe a good compromise that we
Mhm.
can work with, if that would be something acceptable to try, and that would cut down, because there's a lot of windows in these old houses, because there was no ventilation.
Yeah.
I mean, they were used for ventilation. So I know how the expense is, but where we could keep the front as original as we can, but then do all the vinyl down the sides and the back. So you would only be talking 1, 2, 3, 4. Four wood windows
Across the front.
across the front.
Just on the porch.
Yes. That's what I'm seeing, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of them is a smaller window than the others, as a matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a bench in front of one of them. It kind of,
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, it looks like
a
it's-
short window.
Anything Bill does is gonna be, it's gonna look nice.
I know,
So,
I know.
I mean, we're trying to make it look nicer, where, this is what it is now.
Yeah.
So that's definitely.
I'm
Let-
worried that house on Second Street, I mean, it's so rotten, the areas, everything is just, the floor's falling in, all of that kind of stuff. It's a major repair, too.
Ms. Salter, would you and Dr. Owens agree to work with Bank of Montgomery in determining how we're going to handle these windows as far as the front, the facade, and then the windows on the side? Would you agree to do that? And I'll
I'm okay with that. Are
put
you
it
okay,
into
Shannon?
committee, and you would have the authority, you could have the authority to make the decision. Would that be all right with you, Dr. Crosner?
Sure.
Okay, all right. Please let the minutes reflect that I have appointed a committee, Dr. Owens and Ms. Salter, to work with the Bank of Montgomery to resolve the window issue. Okay?
I need to ask one other question
that-
concerning the windows, these that you have provided here. Did they send you any little sample of that window or what it's made out of to, maybe I can go online and look
no, ma'am,
closer.
I can get some more details. We was provided that quote by the contractor.
If you
Okay.
can get the samples, and that, in fact, recently, I guess within the past year.
We've done that,
Mhm.
and I don't know who she used or where she got those windows, but, I mean, you can't tell the difference. They look really good.
Okay.
You
And
know,
they're
if
very,
that's acceptable, then.
there,
Mhm.
if I remember correctly, some of them were wooden framed, and then there was a vinyl strip, maybe.
I need to call her and ask her.
Can look
I know
and see.
She's out
Okay.
of state now, but I can at least find her.
It was a property in the
I
district.
can't remember her, well, I've got
Okay.
it in my phone, I have to dig it out.
All right, so your
I'll tell you where it is.
application, your applicant will put on hold your application as far as the windows are concerned, and then Dr. Owens and Ms. Salter
We
will,
need to get back to this,
yeah, we'll
you know,
work
as
with you
far
on
as-
that.
the siding, what we're gonna do with that.
Yeah,
if
we have
that's
not,
acceptable.
yeah, this is on a contributing structure in the district. We've not used hardy board or anything like that that was different from what was originally placed on the property. Are you just insistent on trying to use something like this?
We would want something, a better material, something that's going to last, but also give value, to the district, to the historic district, and have that look. We definitely want to keep the historic look. It's just that over time, it wears and tears.
Sure. Sure.
So, we would be willing to work with you guys. We're open to suggestions.
Let's, if we've established our committee, let's table your application for now until you work on the windows, and then possibly come up with some other options for your siding,
Okay.
okay? And any other samples that, if you could, like Ms. Salter suggested, if you could get the samples, the appropriate samples as far as what you could use on the structure, that would be I think it'd be very helpful to you,
Okay.
okay? And what,
Who's your contractor, Shannon?
was there another?
Prothros.
There was,
Prothros?
the roofing. You're planning on re-roofing,
Yes,
okay? And that's the weathered wood.
the weathered wood, yes, ma'am.
Well, and actually, that could be something that could be approved tonight, if you want to
Paint colors for
proceed
it,
with
too.
that, or if you want to wait and do the entire application.
Either way, it doesn't matter, we have to come back. That's fine, you can approve it, that'd be great.
You do want to approve it?
Yes, ma'am,
Okay,
if you guys allow it.
sure.
We could also approve the color. I mean, that's in there too. The paint color is the gray,
Mm-hmm.
gray and white. Oh, it's a wax brand, okay.
And you do have a lot of rot in
Well,
there.
that color, I don't know if is this what y'all are seeing? It's more of of a greenish olive color.
Oh,
It's
really?
not, yeah, I don't know about that copy, but,
Okay. What,
it's almost the same color it is on the pictures.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so, Commissioners, we can address the roofing. Ms. Christoph, if you would like to go ahead with that. So is there a motion to approve? The other items would be included in your committee work.
I make a motion to approve the shingles being your weather wood, and also the approval of your paint colors that you have submitted. And then the committee will look at the siding and and the windows.
Okay, are we clear
Yes,
on
ma'am.
that?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Ms. Salter has moved. Is there a second?
A second.
Dr. Crosno has seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposition?
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
So
And
do we need
Now,
any
see-
action to table that section that,
we do.
so we'll need to table the
The
part
room-
that has to do with the windows?
The windows and the siding.
Okay.
Is that a motion, Dr.
I'll
Crosno?
move to
Okay.
table that portion of the application that deals with replacing the windows as well as the siding on the house
Okay.
located at 855 Second Street.
Is there a second to table?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay. All right. And we will get with you, Ms. Christoph, we'll get with you pretty quickly.
Do you mind if I take the sample?
No, just keep it with you.
I can, y'all take this sample.
You want?
Well,
you
we
keep
need-
it, Okay, no, you take it, so we'll
Yeah.
have it.
Okay.
We'll
If
need
somebody
it when
is
you
willing to
meet.
Meet too, we'll talk about on the windows on the yellow house as well, and get all of that taken
Mhm.
care of. We have your contact info, right?
My cell phone number's on there.
Okay, 471, okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, is there any other new business to come before the commission? Dr. Owens?
Yes, Madam Chairman, thank you. I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda, allow Mr. Rick Allen to present his application for roof replacement and repairs and replacement of damaged fabric awnings.
Is there a second to the motion to amend the agenda?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay. Ms. Oaks, Ms. Salter seconded that, I'm sorry. All right, Mr. Nowlin?
Thank you very much for taking this application submitted lately. Actually, it's in two parts. One is at the Lacoste Building for the roof replacement. The extreme weather we've had has caused some problems, and with the virus, we've had a lot of trouble getting a contractor that could replace the roof. We finally found one, and we originally started out to put a standing seam metal roof on there, but because of a lot of problems, we decided to go with the Certainty Landmark Series asphalt shingles. We're requesting approval of, actually, we have our preferred color. I think it's a colonial slate, but there are two other grays that are also are very close, and from the color samples, I can't really hardly tell the difference. And so I would like to ask that the commission consider approving the color that we want, but when I've been told by the supplier that when we place the order, we'll find out if they can deliver it within the next 6 months or not.
Our year.
So I would like to have a fallback if we could, subject to your approval, of course.
Sure.
The other part of that application is, there are actually 2 metal roofs on that building.
Right.
I bought the building in 1991, and it's the little red building on Front Street. You can see it there in your picture. Maybe a contributing building. But it had an old roof, and the previous owners apparently put some wood lath on top of it and put a second roof on top of it some 40 years ago. And so there's going to be quite a bit of removal. We're anticipating some damaged deck. I've been all through the attic. It looks like a few of the boards are going to need to be replaced. So we'll have to do some deck repair and then put the new roof on top of the repaired deck. And then we're asking to, using the same colors, there's going to be some fascia have to be replaced, that sort of thing.
Okay.
We're not painting we're leaving the main body of the building the same, but there's a cream and a green, and I can get you the colors. Sherwin-Williams, thank goodness, has a history of the building.
Yeah.
And so I can bring, before we do any painting, I'll bring those color charts to Chantrell, if that's okay. But it's the same exact colors that we painted today. We intend to
Okay.
go back to the same color.
Okay.
The second one that I got some information last night from Mr. Oye concerns the building next door at 750 Front Street, the Ducano building. The weather has also destroyed the awnings in the courtyard. It's not visible from Front Street, but they are visible from Second Street. We'd like to replace those awnings. They're just on the ground floor, and I would also like permission to add awnings to the gallery, the west-facing gallery upstairs, of the same type. It's sort of a red brick color. It's a muted, it's a dull red, if you would. It's not a bright red. And I think it'll look a lot better than the old tan awnings we had up there.
So
They were ripped apart. We started last fall during the hurricanes, and then the February freeze just was the final straw. It's torn down.
So it's for the ones on the lower level and then also on the west-facing
Today,
balcony?
there's none upstairs today.
Yeah.
But upstairs, it wouldn't be an awning that extends out. It'll simply be more like a fixed shade
shade.
upstairs.
It's one that you can raise and lower.
It's going to be fixed a certain portion of the way
Okay.
down. Yeah,
Okay,
it's-
all right.
I've tried to get.
I understand.
Patrick's tried to find the mechanisms to raise and lower them, and it's very difficult and very, very expensive to get one that you can put outdoors like that.
Oh, yeah.
Now, we have them on the back of our house, and the guy is still doing them. He's out of Lafayette,
Okay,
and it's a Sunbrella material.
right.
We put it up 30 years ago, and it looks just like it did 30 years ago.
And you can raise and lower them?
Yeah.
Well, I'll
I mean,
take
it's
a
just
look
on
at
a pulley, you
Yeah.
know? That's all it is.
Well, you do, and you have a little cleat there on the post that you can tie the cord to. I understand.
You can come look,
I'd love to.
yeah. I'm looking at these colors of these shingles, and I do like that colonial slate that you like. I think it has a more uniformed look. When you get into the second one, which is called Georgetown Gray, it begins to look a little splotchy,
Right.
where it might call a little bit more attention to that than the actual structure. And
Okay.
therefore, I'd have to, if you want to back up, I'd go back to the pewter before I
Okay.
go into that Georgetown. Because see how it looks kind of splotchy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think the other two are more
Well,
uniformed.
pewter was my second choice anyway, so
Oh, okay. Okay. I mean, it's just observation.
that's
From
good.
what I
And the
see.
only reason I mention that, Marion, is that construction materials today,
I understand.
they're really crazy. You'd think, well, I should be able to get that in 2 weeks, and then they find out. I signed a contract in September, pending HDC approval with a roofer. And he contacted me in March, I think it was late March, saying, I'm sending your money back. I'd already paid him. some $30,000 on the job. He sent the money back, said, I can't do it, can't get to it, can't get the material, can't get the labor. And I thought, oh my gosh.
We just changed, we're re-roofing all of ours, and we had to change yesterday to a different color just so we could get it done.
Right.
So I understand,
Okay,
yeah.
pewter as a backup would be great, and I would love to like to come see the mechanism.
Okay? So the gray is your first choice, pewter is the second,
The
No,
slate,
no,
only the
slate.
slate's the first.
slate is the second?
Mhm,
Slate first, pewter second,
mhm.
and we'll throw out the Georgetown gray.
Well, I make a motion then that we approve the application for re-roofing 732, 746 Front Street in either the Georgetown gray or the colonial slate, and also the approval of any decking and also the painting of your
Okay.
fascia boards that may need.
Colonial, slate, and pewter, not Georgetown gray.
Sorry, yes,
Okay,
forget
thank you.
that. I'm
Excuse
sorry.
me.
Colonial slate and then pewter, correct.
Okay. There's a motion on the floor to approve the application as presented, with the stipulation that if Mr. Nowlin cannot get the colonial slate, that he will use a backup, colonial slate, he'll use a backup of pewter, correct? Do I have that right?
Yes.
Okay, is there a second?
I second.
Dr. Crosno has seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Yeah.
Aye.
All right. The second one is 750 Front Street, and that is for the awnings.
I'll make a motion to approve the application to replace the 3 existing awnings and the addition of adding awnings to your upper level in the color that you.
I should probably explain it. It has, there's west sun comes pouring through those
Sure.
French doors.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
sure.
wait,
And
just
when
one
you're
second.
renting it to somebody for a day or two, it's not a problem.
Rick,
But I have a tenant.
wait, we have a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Thank you.
Is there a second?
Second.
Dr. Owens has seconded. Continue.
I apologize. Yeah, now that we have a long-term family living in the house, the sun is more of a problem. And they pointed it out to me, and I said, fine, if I can get the Historic Commission to approve the awnings, I'll install the
Sure.
awnings.
Okay. We have a motion on the floor. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay.
Thank you very much.
I think you're in business. Thank you very much. Under other new business, Ms. Oakes gave me a handout that had, did everybody else get this too? This was, okay, this was concerning the Main Street communities, their workshop that Mr. Schreiber does. Why don't we, everybody got, pardon? I'm sorry.
Everyone received the email, but I only printed it out for you.
Oh, okay. If you remember to look in your email and see, I don't see what the date is, but it is it's the summer school short course, August 24th through 25th. Continuing education. So take a look at it, and we'll talk about if anybody wants to attend. I think there is a fee, I'm not sure. But check your emails, and if you don't have it, contact Ms. Oakes, please, and she'll send it to you. Also, on August the 2nd, and Dr. Barron is here tonight. We're glad you came. Thank you. Dr. Barron is in charge of the project to move the Rock House and do a beautiful landscaping around it also, and storage. So on August the 2nd, Dr. Barron and the architects from Tipton will be here to do a presentation, and Steve is kind enough to say that you can take care of this, Ms. Rock, as far as a PowerPoint. Okay, so you'll have a PowerPoint accessibility, and then you'll also have the easels, I think.
So that will be on the
On
2nd of
August
August?
the 2nd of August, yes.
Here,
Here. Mhm.
which will be a Sunday.
It's a Monday.
August the 3rd is a Monday on this.
No, that's a mistake. I'm sorry. I meant, Ms. Oaks, I meant to
I didn't pull my
remind,
calendar out, so.
our next meeting
Oh, that's great.
is August the 2nd, not August the
No,
3rd.
third,
Okay?
Got
And
it.
then one other thing you need to mark your calendars on, so we definitely have a quorum. That's very important, August the 2nd. But also on September the 6th, that's Labor Day, so we'll meet on the 8th. We'll meet on September the 8th, that Wednesday. Okay, everybody? But August the 2nd is really an important date for the presentation, so. Is there any other new business? Is there any other comments or any concerns? Okay. We will meet on August the 2nd then. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
You ready to go? Dr.
second.
Owens has moved to adjourn. Ms. Salter has seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay. Thank you.